No, we're not gonna do the one. What is up? What is up, Gucci people?
Okay.
All right, we're back. Nope, we're back. I accidentally turned off the stream. We're back though. All right.
Long story short, Alex did not accidentally turn off the stream, and the 49ers are good somehow. So let's talk about sports.
All right, let's go. Do you guys have any comments, or do you want to get into the grading?
You can do whatever you guys want to do. I'm just here to vibe.
All right, Jack, what are you thinking?
I am thinking very few things. There are no thoughts in my head.
All right, let's get into the grading. All right, AFC West. Grading the AFC West 2022 draft classes. We're gonna go. So we're gonna do this as last time. We're gonna go over pick by pick, and then give our overall grades. And at the end, we'll go over our overall grades for every team again. For the Chiefs, we're gonna start with the Chiefs. You know, the Super Bowl champions. They're always really good at drafting. Sadly.
They drafted Trent McDuffie, didn't they?
Yes, their first pick was Trent McDuffie.
And I thought we were going to pick him up, and then I think the Chiefs traded with us at the very last moment, and then we went down, and I forgot who we drafted. We already got Cole. I can't remember who we ended up getting. It's fuzzy, but yeah. Yeah,
so Trent McDuffie. I have him as a B-. I think he played well, but he got injured, came back, and played okay. So this is mine.
I have him as an A, just because, he got injured, but besides that, he had
what week did he get injured in?
Season.
What, man?
What week did he get injured in?
Wait, hold up, McDuff. He got injured on.
He was out for half of September and all of October.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
yes.
he was at his best late in the season. Like in the Super Bowl run, he might have been their most important defensive player.
Chris Jones?
Yeah, okay, besides Chris Jones.
Oh, by the way, May traded by Patriots to the Chiefs. I
really wanted Trent McDuffie. I was like,
hold up. So,
and then we ended up not getting him.
So you traded him for the 29th overall pick, which you picked Cole Strange. You picked.
Oh, that works.
You traded the the third rounder. And I think the Panthers picked Matt Corral with that pick.
You traded down in the draft.
Yeah,
that's the Belichick way.
We almost never, like, if we draft, so like Mac Jones is the last person we draft in the first round, and I was just like, ooh, spicy. So that's kicking it up a notch this year. Once again, lineman. Like if we draft anybody else, I will literally cry.
Stockpile draft picks to build a team of 53 linemen.
You know what?
Well, fuck it. It'd be better.
How far can Trent Brown throw a football? Okay, come on, guys.
At least 30 yards.
Bro,
and that's
just
better than end of career Drew Brees. So, like, we're getting
reverse noodle arm.
All right. The other Chiefs first rounder,
George Karlaftis. I have him as a B. He played all 17, played pretty well, not bad for the end of the first.
Yeah, I had him at a B+ because I'm being nice. He wasn't actually that good. I kind of had higher expectations. But he wasn't nearly as bad as like a Jermaine Johnson. And, it's still
that dude was
a solid pick. He provided value to the team. At the end of the first round, that's all right. It could definitely be worse.
Yeah, I think George Carl. I think he had 6 sacks. So that's not bad. Not bad. Alright, their second round pick, Sky Moore.
Good pick.
I have him as a B.
Another pick that I really wanted to pick up. That and Chris Olave, but I don't think we were close to Olave.
Olave was picked.
Yeah, no, Olave went
early.
Yeah, early.
Sky Moore played 16 games. Wasn't bad for not a lot of playing time. Only had 313 snaps, which was 29%.
His problem was he was in the Chiefs receiver room.
Yeah.
That room, it doesn't have, a true number one, but
or
don't kid
number
yourself
2,
by acting like it's
or
a
3, or a 10, or a all right, sorry.
Don't kid yourself by acting like it's a bad receiver room. Like, they are legitimately like 5 deep, and arguably their most physically talented players barely saw the field. You're talking about Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney.
I would also like to say that they are only that because I think they have good receivers, but I think Andy Reid plays a very good role in that.
I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling were both at least solid.
MVS is on my mutt team, alright? He's goated. Best receiver in the game.
It's not like they were just made solid by Reid. Like, they were solid players.
Yes, but I'm saying that Reid plays them up so they don't need a number 1.
Not a lot of teams necessarily have true number 1s, though.
Like the Niners do. The Giants did with Kenny Galladay, and then they fucking cut him like idiots.
Speaking of Kenny Galladay,
oh god,
Jack, please enlighten all 0 users listening to us right now.
Yeah, he's getting cut to save like $6 million cap.
Damn,
it's fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb.
I missed that one time he did that one.
It's stupid. It's done. It's stupid.
You want me to talk about Kenny Galladay?
Fine. Yeah, you know what? You talk about Kenny Galladay. Greatest receiver in NFL history, and you fucking cut him like a fucking shit organization you are.
Last year, he was actually pretty solid. He was horribly misused because Jason Garrett is a war criminal. And so, his greatest strengths in Detroit were exactly the things that he was never asked to do in the Giants offense. Like, guys like Darius Slayton got more kind of contested opportunities than Kenny Galladay. Right, but he was still able to create separation. He was still the Giants' leading receiver. He was still their best receiver last year.
Yep.
By a decently wide margin. Mm-hmm. And that was coming off of injury. So there was optimism coming into this year that even though the contract was likely not going to be worth it, he could at least be something.
Mm-hmm.
But he got hurt, and since coming back from that injury, he had 0 burst, 0 explosiveness, 0 speed. He couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. He ran like a slow tight end. Got no separation. And then the mental side of that, he also, like, when he did get targets, was dropping footballs. Like, if Kenny Galladay from last year was on this Giants team, he probably would have passed 1,000 yards easily. But Kenny Galladay from this year, post surgeries, looked like he did not belong on a football field.
I'm sorry, you cannot say that when he completely mossed the shit out of Darius Slay.
Yeah, he also did that falling backwards in the end zone, and part of the reason that he did that is because he created 0 separation at any point in that route.
He still mossed the shit out of him.
That was a fuck it. Kenny's down there somewhere.
Dude, fuck it, bro. That was still a great play.
He's down there somewhere.
Davis Webb is a god.
All I gotta say.
Kenny Galladay.
Oh, okay.
The frustrating part of that signing was that, I don't think that many other teams were trying to sign Kenny Galladay for 4 years because he was coming off of injury. And so it was more that Gettleman kind of overpaid because he was bidding against himself than, they signed a bad player. It's just, he got hurt. Badly, and this year was not even a football player.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I just when you said he's spitting, I just imagine him being like, "All right, Kenny, I'll give you $50 million. I'll give you $20 million," and he's like, "You know what? No, 30, 40, 50 million. All right, sorry. Continue."
No, but actually,
it's that's what I imagine. I love Kenny Galladay though. I love him.
All right, but anyway, Sky Moore. I also had him at a B. He's very physically talented, but also
extremely talented.
Oh, absolutely. There's also a reason that, he was pretty far down the Kansas City depth chart.
Isn't he short as shit though? Yeah, he's 5'10".
That's not necessarily short as shit for a receiver. It's just not tall.
I mean, it's not like Kenny Galladay. Or not Kenny
Odell's
Galladay.
what, 5'11"?
Sorry, what's his name? Fuck! What's the dude's name? Kadarius Toney. He's 6 foot!
That's
Yeah.
that's world champion Kadarius Toney,
Yo.
who was a giant, but then he
Super Bowl
wanted to leave.
MVP Kadarius Toney. In my heart.
Why did I think that Kadarius Toney was the same height as D'Anthony Thomas?
Because Kadarius Toney looks frail as fuck.
So are you talking about Are you talking about momentary New York Giant Kadarius Toney?
Yeah.
Damn, he got a ring
about
his
Super Bowl
first year in the
MVP.
league.
I just want to say this that
It was
sorry.
his second year in the league.
Oh, it was? Damn.
Granted, he did play a combined like 12 games, but you know.
I just want to say that D'Anthony Thomas played his last season in part time in Kansas City. So
Okay.
didn't wanna
Brian
put that out
Cook,
there.
their other second rounder, safety out of Cincinnati.
I have a C. He didn't get much playing time, 32%, but played okay.
I put him at a B plus because he was actually pretty solid for them.
So I'm going to be honest.
I'm
told
gonna
you
have
something.
to check, but I think he played more down the stretch because I remember seeing that number 6 in the playoffs. I don't
Let me check.
know if he did, but
playoff snap count. They only have snap count for regular season. Where's the playoffs? He played in 3 games. It doesn't say how many snaps he played. Fudge. Game logs. Postseason. He played 19 snaps, 27 snaps, 10 snaps.
oh, then he made an impact.
And then 19
I'm assuming-
snaps, 22 snaps, and 22 snaps in special teams. So
I don't know. He graded out pretty well in the time he did play, and whenever I watched the Chiefs, I kind of remembered him showing up, if that makes sense.
okay.
Maybe it's
I
because
just
we were talking about Chiefs safeties before the Super Bowl that he's, on my mind more. But
yeah. I mean, pretty much for my ratings, anyone that like this is just a no for everybody. If they didn't get much playing time, it's basically a C, just because I feel like they didn't get enough time to like showcase. All right, that's all.
all right,
All right, Leo Chanel sounds like a designer brand.
Actually, yeah. How do you spell? Leo.
Leo
H.
It's
Chenal.
Oh,
instead of
okay.
Anel.
Yeah, it's
They
swamp.
actually, it's crazy how the Chiefs, with their draft position, actually got reasonable depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have him as a B. He played mostly special teams, 261 snaps to 281, 23% to 61%, but played okay.
I had him at an A because I just selfishly really like him.
Okay.
Um,
Is it because of his name?
no, it's because he's a good linebacker that I wanted. And he
You wanted
actually-
him on the Giants.
Yeah. He played pretty well. Like, especially, I know he had a good game in the Super Bowl. Obviously, playing next to Nick Bolton, that's going to help. But he didn't play a ton, but he played well.
Yeah.
And like I would struggle to name really better linebackers out of this class.
Okay. For the 4th round, the only 4th rounder, we have Joshua Williams, who's a cornerback. I have him as a B. He started 4 games and played in 17. He had an interception, 7 pass breakups, played 437 snaps in defense, which is 38%, and 215 snaps in special teams, which was 47%. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I have him at a B plus because for a 4th round corner, to play every game and play almost 40% of snaps on defense,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty all right. Plus 7 pass breakups is not too shabby. Especially if it's your first playing time. Yeah. Especially if it's your first playing time as, a day 3 pick.
Yeah.
Is he an outside linebacker?
A corner.
No, corner. So So round 5 brought Darian Kinnard, offensive tackle. I have him as a D. Mostly because he only played one game for 6 snaps on special teams and wasn't injured that entire time. So
D for Darian.
T for Darian.
Yeah,
Check.
I agree with about every word of that.
Yeah, that was.
Besides the mostly, I know it's because he didn't play, despite being perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
And yes, it's because Kansas City didn't really have O-line injuries, but still.
There are still teams that rotate guys, so it's like, you know. In the 7th round, the first of 3 7th round picks, Jalen Watson, defensive back or cornerback, if you want to call it. I have him as an A. He started 6 and played in 16 games, had an interception touchdown for 99 yards, plus 49 tackles. Pretty good for a 7th round pick.
Yeah, for the same reasons I had Williams at a B+, I have Watson as an A. 3 rounds later to get a guy who played in every defensive game, that's pretty good. And plus, he didn't suck at all. No,
he was pretty good. The second 7th round pick, Isaiah Pacheco. I have him as an A+. He played extremely well for a 7th rounder, steal the draft for Kansas City.
Love Isaiah Pacheco.
Did I tell you guys that my family, my cousin, like they know not him specifically, but his family, and apparently he's a great guy, good people. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Sucks. I wish the Eagles would have won, but he got a ring, so he's got bragging rights.
Fuck the Eagles.
There you go. Isaiah Pacheco, great player too. He runs like you wish every running back would run.
Fast.
In the 7th round. Oh yeah, fast, angry. Like
he's also it's applicable that I know it's really very commonplace for receiving running backs, but he actually caught a couple of passes, actually a boatload of passes if I remember correctly in the Super Bowl. So he's not like Ramondre mostly just runs and he does a really good job. But he drops the ball sometimes when like you need to throw to him. But like Pacheco, he can catch and run with it, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl, he honestly did more for that Kansas City offense than Mahomes did.
Well,
if you want to talk about a Super Bowl performance.
Even though I am a certified Mahomes hater, I recognize that he's talented. I can't hate for him playing that well. Injured, he was on like what was it like that like heavy pain meds like Duke could probably put down an elephant like with how much medication was in his body, but yeah, he did remarkable, and especially halfway in. What was it in the end of the second quarter? He got injured.
Yeah, he got tackled like by the ankle
awkwardly. And I remember there were comments on Reddit and Twitter like, dude, they are going in halftime and they are literally just pumping him with whatever can like make him walk. Like Andy Reid, I don't care, just give him whatever he needs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the last 7th rounder and the last pick in this Chiefs draft, Nazeez Johnson or Nazia. Nazia?
I got this one.
All right, go.
He gets a C because he was on the roster.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did a thing with that JPEG.
Yay!
He didn't really do anything. He didn't. He got cut initially. Was on the practice squad for a bit, and then went back to the active roster. And then I think he only ever played on special teams. 96
special team snaps was all the snaps he played.
You know what?
So yes,
It took a minute, but he made the team. He won a ring.
Yeah,
good for him. Good for a 7th rounder.
Good for him. Yep,
good for him.
Yes. Overall grade, what do you offer the Chiefs, Jack?
I have it as an A, but that's because I really liked their 7th round. Obviously, Watson and Pacheco.
Well,
and I think I was...
sorry to interrupt. What were you going to say?
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how do you not rate them anything but an A when they achieved the goal of what that their goal was? Every franchise's goal is to win a title, and that's exactly what the fuck they did. So
Because they have a
it's hard
stacked
to.
roster. Because I feel like they would have run it. They've won it even if they didn't have the rookies.
They really don't have a stacked roster.
I feel like they
have
do,
Patrick
though.
Mahomes.
No,
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
They have a very good roster.
Is
I mean, they're not as stacked as the Eagles, but they have like probably the
Kelsey's
second.
a no-brainer.
The second, I'd say the second best.
No.
I was reading about.
I would say.
I mean, we were talking about how the Eagles had an edge on them at nearly every position before the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And then, as I said, the Eagles are the best roster. The Chiefs are probably like the second or third best roster.
I would say the Eagles had better receivers.
The Niners probably are probably better at like every position except quarterback as well.
I don't want to break
your
heart, Alex.
No. All right. That's it for me. Goodbye, everybody.
Played Kansas City.
Goodbye.
If you guys legitimately played Kansas City, I think that defense would have literally
the defense got shredded. They played Kansas City this year.
We played Kansas City, and it was the one game that Christian McCaffrey played for us that we lost with him. Besides the NFC Championship game.
But no, the Chiefs roster was not stacked at all.
Oh, I remember watching that with you.
Yes, you did watch with me, and I was crying. Not really, though.
Like, they had Chris Jones, but he's a defensive tackle. Bolton was a pretty good linebacker, but that still doesn't put them in even, like, the top 3 linebacker groups.
I mean, I would say their offense plus coaches put them above.
Oh, yeah, their quarterback and coaching. And Travis Kelce is a very good player, but their offensive line isn't spectacular. Their receivers, as a unit, they're deep, but they definitely don't have the high end to compete with.
No, but I'm not. Well, I'm not talking about just like. I'm not talking about just star power. I'm talking depth. The Niners.
You guys have high-end talent. I wouldn't say
we have high-end talent. We don't have very good depth.
Where do the Chiefs have depth other than receiver?
Quarterback up until when Chad Henne retired. Like, duh. Dude, what a playoff game without come on now.
Okay. I'm asking again. Where do the Chiefs have such great depth other than receiver?
I mean, no,
they were starting low-round rookie corners for a lot of the
quarterback. I'm smart,
and they're probably still better than every corner the Niners have except Travarius Ward, and
try again,
and Emmanuel Mosley.
Still try again,
dude. What you think? The more Lenore is
they played. That does not mean that Joshua Williams or Jalen Watson were especially great cornerbacks.
You're saying they're better than DeMore and Lenore. The dude who got an Amber Thomas was fucking there. So was Jason. Who do we have at corner, Jack? Besides Travarius Ward, who played this season. Because Emmanuel Mosley was injured. Jason Verrett was injured, never touched the field. Amber Thomas was injured, and Amber Thomas was probably going to be our third string corner. Because it was Travarius at number 1. Emmanuel at 2.
You realize that the Chiefs had unreal good injury luck this year. And that's in large part where they won the Super Bowl. The fact that the Niners had the number 1 defense despite the injuries you're talking about is honestly proof that the Niners' depth is really strong.
Alright, you know what? I give up. Jack, you're right. I'm sorry. Alright, let's move on.
Hey, you gave up just like the 49ers. Okay, never mind.
Hey, May. Hey. Watch yourself, bud.
I pressed the Tim Tebow button.
Jack's triggered over here. Jack's triggered over here.
Speaking of crying, and speaking of pressing the Tim Tebow button.
The Denver Broncos. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you were looking at mine or you're like, Denver Broncos, let's fucking go. They didn't have a first rounder, so let's hop into the second rounder. We have Nick Bonito, who is a great name, by the way. I love the way you spell Nick. Like, great name. I'm a C. He played 357 snaps on defense, 59 on special teams, but didn't do much while playing, so a mid-tier grade.
I had him at a C- because he, honestly kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, the Broncos didn't have a first rounder, and yes, we can talk about that after the other picks, but even for a second rounder at that position, you'd want him to do something. And he just did nothing. Like, he was kind of useless.
Yeah. This is true.
Obviously, the defense overall was very good.
Yes.
But he didn't have a whole lot to do with that.
Yeah. They actually drafted mostly defensive guys.
They did. But they also, besides Surtain, didn't really still have many defensive guys. Because they traded, who was it? Shelby Harris?
Shelby Harris,
to
yes.
Seattle. Obviously, Von Miller was traded beforehand. And their secondary before that, besides Surtain.
And they traded Bradley Chubb.
Exactly.
But that was mid-season.
But, that was kind of probably at least known as a possibility going into the draft. But, and for a while, their secondary was old.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they had Harris, they had old safeties.
Are we still talking about
they
KC?
needed a defensive... No, we're talking about Denver.
Broncos.
Okay.
Broncos.
Oh, no, they upgraded their secondary hella this coming season, or the draft, my bad.
What? I mean,
they tried.
They tried. I mean,
wait, they didn't. I thought they drafted CBs, or at least one.
They did. They drafted
a couple.
They drafted
later on.
They drafted 2 CBs, 1 safety.
One of the cornerbacks. We'll get to him, but I really like one of them.
Yeah.
And what's the reason you really like him, Jack?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay. Oh, I know who you're talking about now. I know who you're talking about now. It's the 4th rounder.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Right.
So, well, actually, we were going to talk about the first. Or do you want to talk about the trade? The quarterback trade?
Yeah,
or do you want to talk about it at the end?
I was going to do it at the end, but
all right, we'll do it at the end then. We'll do it at the end. Greg Dulcich, 3rd rounder.
Oh my god.
Tight end. What? Tight end.
That hurt.
I don't know how to say his name. Dulcich. I'm used to Luka Doncic, or Doncic, or whatever the fuck it is. Oh wait, that's the same thing. Dulcich? Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. I have him as a B. He's not bad for a 3rd round tight end. 33 receptions, 411 yards with 2 touchdowns, and only 10 games because he got injured fucking twice. He got injured at the beginning of the season, and he got injured at the end of the season. But he had overall a good season, so I have him as a B.
I had him at a B because I didn't want to hold the injuries against him. And he was still the team's 3rd leading receiver on an offense that was cheeks.
Wait. No, he wasn't.
I believe he was.
Nope. There's no fucking way. Denver Broncos. There's no fucking way he was.
Overall, I hear myself. He wasn't bad at all for... I think I'm echoing through you, May.
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry.
Hold up, we're going through receiving yards.
How about like now?
He was the 3rd leading receiver!
He wasn't bad for a 3rd round tight end. The problem is, last week we talked about 2 guys in the 4th that were considerably better than him. Right? There were just better tight end options available at pick 80. And so because of that, I didn't want to give him higher than a B.
Yeah. I have something to ask. Quick question for you, Jack. Who was their 4th leading receiver?
Kendall Hinton.
Yes!
Quarterbacking legend.
Love that, man. Alright. You finished? Sorry, I don't know if I interrupted you.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, that was... if I had the wherewithal to pull Kendall Hinton out of my ass, I'm not thinking about Greg Dulcich anymore.
All right, the first 4th rounder, Damari. I said that right, Damari Mathis. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
All right, Damari Mathis. I'm at a B+. He played well, played 16, started 11, had 65 tackles, 7 passes defended, and played 74 snaps. With
74% of snaps.
74% of snaps with 795.
Yes. I had him at an A because in the 4th round, he had a very strong season. Like, objectively, take away the 4th round label. he just objectively had a pretty good season for a corner. Never mind being a 4th-round rookie. You know, he played 3/4 of snaps, started, most of the season.
Mhm.
And, even if not for any of that, he did go to Pitt. So
But it's 65 tackles.
I gotta give him an A.
Is that like not good? Is that like good for a corner? 65 tackles?
For corners, it really depends on the role that they play. So you'd have to see how many tackles a guy like Sauce had. But generally, like some of the best corners, especially guys that are more coverage focused, will have fewer tackles because the ball isn't thrown to them and they're covering a receiver.
Oh, he had 75.
Corners in zone heavy systems are corners who are very good in run support. Like Jalen Ramsey is famously a very good run defender.
Yeah.
Like probably the best run stopping corner there is.
Yeah.
Guys that are better at the other parts of playing defense and aren't just solely coverage focused will have like more tackles like a safety would, but generally tackles and ability aren't like the most connected for corners.
Yeah. I just want to put those out there. Sauce Gardner had 400 more snaps and had only 10 more tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sauce was,
Lockdown.
a number one corner, lockdown corner that,
Yep.
There's no reason to target him more than you have to.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. Their second and last 4th-round pick, Yomi. Fucking shit. The
I
D
can't
end.
help you with this one, man.
This shit. Ioma Uwazuriki. I don't. That's it. Nope. The defensive end that they picked in the 4th. I have him as a C. He played Matt in 8 games, racked in 17 tackles and 2 QB hits.
I had him at a B because he's a 4th-rounder. He didn't play a lot, so following my pattern, he didn't play a ton. He wasn't the worst player ever. He was picked in the 4th. B.
Okay. Round 5, first pick of round 5, Delarin Turner Yell. Safety. I had him as a C. He only played special teams, racked up 2 fumble recoveries and 8 tackles.
I had him at a D because he just straight up didn't play defense.
Okay.
For the same reason that I had, for the Chiefs, I had Kinnard, their 5th-rounder, as a D because he didn't play offense.
Yeah. Well, I only had him as a C because he got 2 fumble recoveries, and I think that's important.
That's fair enough.
That's the only reason why I have him as a C. If not, I probably would have like a C minus or D plus or whatever. The second 5th-rounder, Montrell Washington, wide receiver. I have him as a C. He was mostly a return man, 78 offensive snaps for 8%, and 217 special team snaps for 52%.
I had him at a D for same reason as Turner Yell before him. He just didn't play offense.
Yeah.
And especially for a receiver, even as a 5th-round receiver, as a receiver, you're kind of expected to at least rotate in.
Yes. Actually, I just want to... I know Danny Gray wasn't a 5th rounder. I know he was like a 2nd or 3rd rounder, but I just want to see what 3rd rounder. I just want to see what his snap percentage was. He played 87, so he only played 9 more snaps than this dude.
Yeah, but 87 is also a tiny amount. I mean, didn't we talk about last week? It was Tolbert that only played 70-something. And we were laughing because Kenny Golladay played 270-something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Granted, is that 9 more? Yeah, so Montreal played 2% less in 9, than technically 9 snaps.
I would argue
less.
then that you will not be happy at all with my grade for Danny Gray.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm expecting you to give him a D. I'm expecting you to give him a D. I'm going to be honest. From the way you just graded the previous two, I'm okay with that. Just because I don't think he was used that much. Because we have Juwan Jennings, we have Brandon Ayuk, we have Deebo Samuels are certified 1, 2, 3. So
you drafted him for having 4.3 speed in the 3rd round, and then just didn't use him ever.
Yes.
Despite the fact that there are many situations that favor taking good but very slow Juwan Jennings off the field and putting in a guy who is faster than most other people on the field.
This is true. But
anyway, this is the AFC.
AFC West, not the NFC West. That'll be next week. At the last fifth rounder, we have Luke Wattenberg, center. I am as a D, played 90 offensive snaps, had 3 sacks allowed. He made the roster, though.
Yeah, I had him at a D.
Achievement made the roster.
Exactly.
pretty much at this point. Bro, 90 offensive snaps and 3 sacks.
Played, but, and I quote, sucked ass.
The dude was cheeks. That's
Mine.
Jax.
Damn.
Dude was cheeks. All right.
Mine when I wrote these grades on the paper sitting in front of me. I have like grades and comments next to each player. And for Wattenberg, it's D. Played, but sucked ass.
In the 6th round, Matt Henningsen, defensive end. I have him as a C. He played 17 games, had 1 sack, 21 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 QB hit, and 229 defensive snaps, which is 20%, and 193 special team snaps, which is 40%.
I had him at a B+, only because this was like a really weak draft for defensive tackles. I think he ended up making a few all-rookie teams, like early in the year, as like the second D tackle. Just because it was kind of
the end.
He's a 3-4 D end. We've had this conversation a lot.
Okay, I don't understand what that means still. But...
He plays the same position as, your DeForest Buckner.
Okay, understood. That's the language. Now you're speaking my language.
There you go.
Now I love the Forest.
Meanwhile, here, Nick Benito, the quote unquote outside linebacker we talked about, is an edge rusher. He plays the same position as like a Bosa. Okay. But for D tackles, it was just a really weak class, and so for in the 6th round to get a guy that played a decent amount and
17 games.
Objectively was one of the best rookies at his position. Gotta give him props for that. Even if he wasn't particularly amazing and didn't play, more than 20% of defensive snaps.
Mm-hmm. All right. So round 7, I have Fayon Hicks, cornerback. You're not going to like this. You have him as a D or probably an F or something like that.
And Alex rates him an A+.
No, I have him as a B. I know he only played 30 special team snaps. I know he wasn't on the active roster more than 3 days at a time. But he made the active roster twice, and I really enjoy that. So
and that's worth double making it once.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to bump it up from a C to a B for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I had it as an F because he wasn't on the roster. I'm
Fair.
sure that is shocking.
Fair. As I said, you're going to have him as a D or an F. Fair.
Now, with the information that he made the active roster not once, but twice, and with the information that I can count that as double, I'm going to give him an A now, just for that. No, I'm leaving it. It's a 7th rounder.
Give him a D.
Give him a D.
No, give him a D.
Too much.
Give him a D.
7th rounder is
give
like
him a D.
Starting at the floor. You can only literally just get better.
Change your grade. Make him a D.
If the 7th rounder makes the roster, it is a successful pick, in my opinion.
Make him a D.
Fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Overall, I have the Broncos at a C.
I do as well.
Oh my god, I'm actually doing something. I'm actually trying this time. Unlike
I
last
don't know if I'm the benchmark for doing this
I
well,
rate all Patriots as a 0.
Me.
Hey.
Me.
Me.
No, I'm kidding.
Me.
I feel like I was kind of proud of how I was able to be a little bit neutral on the Patriots. I wasn't very much of a hater.
Oh no, I was straight up hating, dog.
Tyquan Thornton is still a bum. He hasn't proved himself yet. And Cole Strange. I'm being serious. Cole Strange is a
I'm
W.
not disagreeing. I just
Well, I would say that Cole Strange is a Raiders pick, if anything.
I think that Cole Strange is W as well. But
I think he's a Raiders first round pick.
speaking of guards, you want to talk about the Chargers?
Yeah. Oh,
Or we could talk about the Raiders. I don't care. Either way, it's a guard.
let's talk about the Chargers. Zion Johnson, offensive guard. Played all 17 games. Played great.
I didn't
Rip
B+.
my heart up. Okay.
He wasn't amazing. And for a guy picked 17th overall, especially in this draft, looking at the other guys going around that range, I'd kind of want amazing from a guard, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not tackle. But he was very good, especially for a rookie, and so I gave him a B+.
Yep. The sixth player, you're probably gonna have him as a D or an F. JT Woods, third rounder, safety. I have him as a C. He didn't play much. He had 31 defensive snaps and 73 special team snaps.
I had him as a C
Oh,
because he didn't play much, and because he wasn't good when he did play. I could bump it down to a D if you want.
No, you keep it. You do your.
But
you do your thing.
for a third rounder, I can't act like I know him too incredibly well, so I don't want to give him lower than that because it's not like he had
I know him really
body of
well.
work. I'm actually the number one JT Woods fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a C. All right.
What position does he play? Fuck if I know.
Somewhere on the field.
somewhere.
He plays football player.
He plays special teams. All right, fourth rounder.
Bill Belichick drafting receivers.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He plays.
Bill,
he plays quarterback.
Yeah,
He'll be a receiver for me. It's fine.
Yeah, no.
He's white. He's short.
He's 6'3". He's 6'3" and has a 50-inch wingspan. No. Points to Slade Bolden. I want that guy.
So there's actually a video of somebody being like, Bill Belichick picks his receivers.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
saw that.
It's the dude like 6'5", runs like a 4.240 fucking Megatron, and it's like Bill's like, no. I want that guy. It's a scrawny ass white dude.
I mean, we all talk shit, but it's worked since 2000. It's worked since we started a slot receiver thing.
It
in those
hasn't
six.
really worked recently. I mean, I guess like ever since.
No, it hasn't worked recently because name one slot receiver we use.
True.
White Patriot
Kendrick Bourne. All right, sorry.
What?
I said name one white
Kendrick
Patriot
Bourne
receiver.
We have a really garbage West Coast offense.
That is also very true.
May,
we did not have anybody in the slot.
I'm busting your chops, May. Calm.
I know. I'm just. Wait, what's this thing? Oh, what? All right.
Round 4, Isaiah Spiller, running back. I'd see he didn't play much. 53 snaps, had an abysmal. Actually, fuck that. I'm moving him to a D.
I had him as a C because he was way down the depth chart. I mean, when you're playing behind Eckler, that's one thing, but when they're like 3 guys ahead of you.
He also had 2.3 yards per attempt.
Eckler's an every down back, so what?
Oh, yeah.
You're kind of a bum if you're on the depth chart behind him, unless he gets injured. I mean, you're kind of just sitting on a bench.
Yeah, but at the same time, he was thought of pretty highly. He was, I think, expected to go a little higher than he did, but he's also a running back who ended up like 4th on a depth chart that included, as you said, a guy that never comes off the field. Well, not never, but
He also had 2.3 yards per carry, which is ass. So
it's a small enough sample size that I wouldn't read too much into that.
Yeah, but I still do not like 2.3 yards per carry, so I have him now at a D. In the 5th round, Otito Ogbonnia. Did I say that right? Does anyone know if I said that right? All right.
I got nothing.
I have him as a C. He played 7 games and then went on IR. He had 14 tackles and 1 tackle for loss.
I had him at a C because he was bad, but he played.
And
he's a 5th rounder. Look at us. Look at us.
Great minds think alike.
I don't know about great minds, but
Oh no!
Minds.
Are you calling me stupid?
I'm calling me stupid.
Are you sure? Nah, you smart as shit. Don't nah. No. We all know who the dumb one is.
Wow.
In round. No, motherfucker. I'm talking about the autistic fuck, aka me. Round 6, Jamari Sailor. O lineman. I have him as an egg. He played 989 snaps, only 3 penalties and 5 sacks allowed.
Yeah, you said it.
You have him as an A?
Yeah, I mean he's
Oh
a
my
sixth
God.
rounder that played 1,000 snaps
True.
and was like pretty good.
Yeah, almost 1,000 snaps,
not-
only 5 sacks allowed, and only 3 penalties.
Not-
That's really good.
Not very good, and 5 sacks allowed isn't.
Hey man,
Elite.
that man.
It's not elite, but
sixth rounder.
it's a 6th rounder. Like that's good.
Yeah,
I would
man
expect.
just loves
I would
sacks,
expect.
like-
Yeah.
My man just
Okay.
loves big.
Okay.
Dude was also
Okay.
playing against.
Okay.
Dude was also playing against like Max Crosby and all them fucking elite.
Isn't Max Crosby like 800 years old?
No, isn't he
I don't-
like
wait,
pretty
bro.
young?
He just looks old.
Yeah. Well, he has tattoos, doesn't he? Yeah. He is.
Well, he
20
also like
He's 25 in 191 days. On Pro
he
Football
also
Reference.
had like that whole recovery process that I think has left him looking probably a little older than he is, right?
What recovery process? What happened?
I thought he had some stuff in college, and that's why he was at Eastern Michigan. But I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. Round 6, Jasir. What are all these fucking weird, like hard to pronounce names, bro?
I don't think this. Okay.
Jasir? Is it Josser? Like what? Jasir, Josser. What is it? What is it,
Okay.
Jack? What is it? Like I don't understand.
I would imagine
Taylor.
it's Jasir.
Fine, Jasir Taylor, cornerback. I have him as a C. He's an okay corner, but a good domestic special teams player.
I had him at a B. He played. He didn't suck. He was a 6th rounder.
True. All right, 7, Dean Leonard. That's the name I can pronounce. Dean Leonard, defensive back. I have him as a C. Special teams player. Only played 4 snaps on defense.
I'm at a C with the comment on roster. Period. Not the worst. Period.
Facts. And then other Xander Horvath, which that's a badass name, by the way. I have him as a C, special teams player. Don't know much.
What's his
other
last
than
name?
that. Horvath, and his first name is Xander.
Sounds
Bro,
like
that's
a
a-
fucking gladiator.
Bro is badass.
He's a
Yeah,
white
but-
fullback from Purdue. Xander
Bro,
Horvath
but-
is a white fullback name.
Where's
White fullback for Purdue. Bill. Oh yeah.
where is he from? Where are you from, bud? You are from Indiana?
That tracks.
Mishawaka, Indiana. That is where he is from.
Bill trying to
Alright.
get every player with the
I-
last name Jones in the entire league.
Real.
Chris
Put Daniel
Jones is
Jones at
next.
receiver. That's not the problems.
Hey, bro, Daniel Jones is an elite receiver, bro.
Million.
He's an elite receiver, though. He's an elite receiver. You see that one-handed
My
catch he
man
made 2 years
from
ago?
Last year agrees.
Bro, you
years
see
ago?
that one? It was 2 years ago, right? The
Oh,
one-hander.
catch 2 years ago, yeah.
The one-hander. Yeah, that he got fucking drilled on and still made the catch. Dude's a goat.
Yeah, he's goated.
Daniel
Anyway,
just
for this one, I give it the elusive, never before seen, and rarely after seen, if at all. I honestly don't know how many other teams drafted fullbacks, but I give it a fullback out of 10. That's like the highest grade you can give it.
Boo.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I just heard. What the? All right.
That fullbacks are the best position in the NFL. and
You know what?
they're
Kyle Juicy Juice makes that statement correct.
Unfortunately, Xander Horvath clears. He is the best player any team ever drafted this year, and because of that, I give this pick a fullback out of 10. and that's equivalent
I
to like
give this-
an A plus 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 plus. Okay,
You mean an S plus 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 plus
Out of
plus?
10.
exactly. Fullbacks.
What about
The
a
Giants
Tom
don't
Brady
even
out
have
of
a
10?
fullback.
What about a
What?
Tom Brady out of 10? Tom Brady out of 10 to go?
I'm giving it a fullback out of 10, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're filled with backs. They just don't have a fullback.
Right.
Overall grade I have as a C plus.
I have it as a B minus, and a lot of that's
We're not-
probably
You
would
know
have
what?
gone down to a C plus if I didn't give Horvath a fullback out of 10 and actually gave him like a
A
grade.
C.
Well,
Gonna
no,
be-
he was their fullback. He played.
Yeah, I don't know what other like I don't know what else like I don't know how to grade fullbacks. I don't know.
The fact that he played for them and made the roster as a 7th round pick to me is like B quality.
Who else is gonna be their fullback?
Oh, well, here's the problem with grading fullbacks. They're very, very few and far between in the league now because it's
And
such a
very
different.
use dependent.
Yeah, I think the last time there was like a fullback played most of the year was like 2017 on the Pats. I forgot his name, but like he actually was on the roster. But then it's crazy. Like fullbacks they're such an ancient style, unfortunately, and the game outgrew it.
Well, Juszczyk is technically a fullback for the Niners.
No,
Although
he isn't
plays
just
like a
he
small
is.
tight end.
Yeah. Well, he plays fullback. He plays fullback, but yes. Like, he's a mix between a running back, a fullback, and a tight end.
Then you have 300-pound Pat Ricard.
Bro!
My favorite fullbacks
Pat
are the
Ricard,
ones
bro.
that are the cross between a fullback and a defensive tackle. Like the guys that they stick a fullback because they're like, okay, if you even touch a DB, he is getting sent 15 yards backwards. He's getting pancaked into another dimension, and you are going to keep rumbling ahead.
Oh, no.
Pat Ricard is a great example of that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's played on defense a time or two for the Ravens in his career. The Giants used to have this guy, Nikita Whitlock, who was a two-way guy, who was a fullback for them and a defensive tackle. Obviously, like, the fridge, a historical example of it, if you want one. But that is my favorite genre of player. It's just a big fucking dude they put in the offensive backfield because he's a big fucking dude.
I fucking love that. Dude, he's a D tackle, bro. He's a D tackle. What the fuck? Alright. The last draft class we're going over is the Raiders. The dumbest fucking, like, this might be the most dumb drafting team.
Raiders.
It's the Las Vegas Raiders, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
They got denied. They weren't
in LA for a long time.
Yeah, they wanted to move to LA.
I was
but
speaking in 1956 cents.
May they wanted to hold up. They wanted to go to LA, but then the NFL said, "Fuck you, we want the Rams to go to LA," and so then they had to go to Las Vegas. In the third round, Dylan Parham. I know it's Parham. That's B. Was very good run blocking, but very dog shit pass blocking.
All right. Look at me and my face that is not on your screen.
Look at me, then back at you. No, back at me.
Hey, I'm looking at your
Exactly.
profile. You know,
Look
Jack,
back,
you're
look back
being
at your sheet of paper.
Jack, you're being
Tell me
you're
what
being full
round
screen.
Dylan Parham was drafted in.
Is he not the third round?
Yes. I have him as an A.
Wait.
The dude was ass pass blocking though. Like that's why I can't put him at.
He's also a guard.
Yeah, but man was
Yeah,
getting
he needs to
fucking
guard some
torched.
fucking bitches.
Dude was getting torched though.
As a-
like, pass blocking.
As a third rounder, he wasn't great. If he was picked in the second or the first, I would not have had him as an A. But for a guy that played a ton, to get him in the third round, and for him to be serviceable, I mean, shit, he was probably better than, the Giants' right guard.
Or the Giants center. No, sorry, John Felicio is so much better than every other offensive lineman in the NFL. Sorry.
But I gave him an A because at 90th overall, you found yourself a starter. He's not a top-notch starter, but he's a starter. And for a
I
lineman,
think-
that's pretty good.
I think if he can get his pass blocking
Linemen
under
are so
control.
few and hard to come by. You know what? If you get a good starter, I mean, we re-signed Connor. What's his face? And he's like average to below average at best.
Connor Barwin?
When it comes to, maybe.
No, it's not Connor Barwin. I know it's not. Who the fuck is Connor?
One more, like, just as long as you have depth at the line position, I go to sleep happy at night. That's just what it is.
Who is Connor?
You are
who
a Belichick guy.
May, who are you thinking? What?
We re-signed a left or right tackle who's like average at best.
Trent
A
Brown?
couple days ago. No, we've had Trent Brown for like 2 years.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm looking this up right now.
His first or last name is Connor.
Anyway, their next pick in the 4th round was Zamir Wright, running back.
Zamir
out of Georgia.
White. I had him as a C. He played 40 offensive snaps and 63 special team snaps and didn't impress at all.
Yeah, I had him at a C for the same reason I had Spiller at a C. I mean, you're backing up Josh Jacobs, who had like 1,600 yards.
Yep.
You're a 4th round running back. What really are you going to do? Like, he just straight up did not play.
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
I can't blame the team for not playing him because you have Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed. At number 4, Neil Farrell, defensive tackle. I have him as a C. He had 158 defensive snaps and didn't do shit.
Yeah, I had him at a D. He was kind of ass.
He did his cheeks.
So all in all, Raiders draft like what, C?
Well,
Oh, we
we'll
haven't
get
gotten there yet,
Yeah, we
but-
haven't gotten there yet. Number 5, 5th round.
And also, the thing with Farrell, and it's going to apply to Butler too in the 5th round, keep in mind that this Raiders team was so ass at defensive tackle. Like, they literally claimed and played Jerry Tillery from the Chargers this year. Like, way longer than they should have.
yeah.
Like, they were desperate at defensive tackle,
Mhm.
and their rookies just didn't get it done. But anyway, Matthew Butler, defensive tackle out of Tennessee.
Matthew Butler, I have him as a B. He played 56 defensive snaps and did more than Neil Farrell.
I had him at a D for the same reason as Farrell. If a team is signing and willingly playing Jerry Tillery over you in the year 2022,
It's
I
over.
think you're probably doing it wrong.
I mean, I just have him higher because I think he played better than Neil Farrell, and I
And
did rather
defensive tackle is a
C.
deep position. As far as like in the draft, like there are undrafted free agents.
Didn't
that
you
were
say that D
passable.
tackle wasn't?
Well, okay. Good defensive tackle. There was
No.
like one.
And that
Guys
was
who
Jordan
can play
Davis.
NFL snaps. There are a lot.
And that was Jordan Davis is the one good one. No,
Well-
what's his name? What the fuck is the dude's name?
Jordan Davis was the first rounder for
Jordan
the Eagles.
Davis. He was the good one. Who was the good one?
Probably Jordan Davis.
Okay. Okay. So I was okay. Yeah.
But yeah, if they're playing Jerry Tillery, if they're desperate, and you can't even like get snaps in that defensive tackle room,
Yeah.
you kind of have a problem.
It's a no.
Because at least with the Broncos guys, like they had decent defensive tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the Raiders, you don't really have that excuse.
True. Play Max Crosby at every defensive lineman position.
True, just clone him.
Clone him. Just do what Bill did with Tom Brady and every other Patriots player during the 2010s.
He really just whipped out a new Tom Brady for every game.
Literally, no, like actually though, he has like,
He
Bill
made
Belichick
fresh
is
weekly.
Put
Literally,
Brady
that's
back
what he
in the
did.
cloning machine. Yes, sir.
All right.
Round.
Seventh round, Thayer Munford.
Jr., offensive
I have him as a C. He made the roster. Can't find much else.
I actually had him as an A because he played for them.
I don't know. I don't know who the fuck. I checked
He didn't
on
play.
the Pro
He
Football.
didn't play
and
a ton, but he also didn't totally suck. And as a 7th rounder, to play a little bit, you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good value.
Yeah, so I was trying to find stuff on him and I literally couldn't. I know he plays 370, odds of snaps. I had no fucking clue other than that. Like I tried looking.
Well,
for that, but I
370
couldn't
offensive
find
snaps for a lineman is a lot.
it. Is it really?
Well, not like it's not a ton, but for a 7th rounder, that means that he played, 4 games worth at least.
All right, B plus. Fuck it, B plus. He's a B plus.
Wow.
He's a B plus now.
Wow. Owen Wilson. Wow.
Yeah, he played 34% of his team's offensive snaps. Yep. As a tackle, that means you're playing one of the 2 tackle positions for a third of the season. And in the 7th round, that's pretty good. He started 4 games for them.
That's true. Okay. That's true. All right, bet. B plus.
All right.
You have convinced me, Jack. B plus.
I did it.
The last pick in the Raiders draft, and the last one that we're going to go over today, Britton Brown, running back, 7th rounder. I have him as a C.
He sucks. All right, so thank you all for coming. It's been great.
For real, though.
He made the roster and didn't do shit. He didn't do shit.
Didn't do shit.
Did he even play a snap? I don't think he played a fucking
make the
snap.
roster, for me, I have to see something from you on the field first.
He played 37% of the special team snaps.
He didn't get cut. The team decided he was more valuable than signing.
Yep.
Who even was like a random free agent this year?
Whoa, I
guess any capable defensive tackle. I mean, the Eagles signed like 4 off the street this year. They signed like what? Sue, Linval Joseph. They brought in anyone over 300 pounds for an interview.
Yeah. That's actually hilarious, though.
Like the Raiders decided keeping, this guy was more important than trying to play an NFL caliber defensive tackle. So
that's it.
Priorities. I don't know.
So overall, what do you have them as?
I have them as a B, but that's carried by the 2 offensive linemen.
I have them as a
I
B
gave
minus.
them both A's.
I have them as a B minus. I gave the 2 linemen a B and a B plus, and I gave Matthew Butler a B. But yes, the B minus is where I have them at.
Fair enough.
All right, and then are we going to go over the Russell Wilson trade for the Broncos? I don't know if we went over that.
Oh shit, yeah.
F.
For this year, just like we're grading the draft picks for this year.
Just
for this
year, F. That dude was ass. Russ was ass.
Sean Payton is a very good coach.
Yeah.
It is. And after Hackett left, you saw noticeable improvements, especially with the Denver offense. Yep. It is very possible that turns around dramatically and the trade becomes a win going into future years.
But I would say that they have to win a Super Bowl for it to be good.
I would disagree.
Only because
winning the Super Bowl can be a crapshoot, and
alright, if they don't get a shit ton of injuries, Super Bowl.
I still don't think that winning the Super Bowl should be a metric for a success of any one individual move. Because there's so much other stuff that goes into it.
To be honest, I think it's
quarterback trade or not.
I think for Patrick Mahomes to be considered a above average, not shit quarterback, he needs to win another Super Bowl. He needs to prove it.
Okay. But like if the Broncos make the playoffs next year, then and if Russell Wilson returns to being a good quarterback, it's a good trade to me. If you get yourself a top 10 quarterback, probably top 5 on a good day, although with the amount of young guys coming in that are really good, I don't know if he'd be top 5 anymore.
All right, so hold up. So can we just get this straight? He wasn't top 5 the entire season. First half, Russell Wilson, top 5. Second half, Russell Wilson, 10 to 15.
What? Oh, like in Seattle?
Yes. The dude was elite the first half, and then the dude was shit.
Last I heard, Super Bowls happen in the second half of the season, and he's won more than your franchise has in your lifetime.
So, rebuttal to that, it was rigged for the Seattle win.
He's also lost as many as your franchise has.
We've been to more. No, actually, we've been to the same. We've been to the same though. We've been to the same though. Who's been to more NFC Championship games? Who's lost more NFC? Who's lost more NFC Championship games?
More NFC Championship
Who's lost more? Let's see. The Niners. So that means that the Niners are better because they made more NFC. Okay.
Who lost more NFC Championship games specifically to the New York Giants?
I want to die. I want to die. Who lost more Super Bowls to the Giants? Oh, now you're quiet, May. Now you're quiet. Now you're quiet.
I've seen 6 Super Bowl champions in my life. Watch one.
Came out of left field, but also like if it's a 07 joke, that's one thing. If it's general Super Bowl joke, I don't think you could come after a Pats fan.
I think I can because they got destroyed. They got fucked.
I've seen so many Lombardi ceremonies that I get bored when I watch them.
Good. I hope you do get
Patriots
bored.
have so many Lombardis, Kraft doesn't even show up anymore.
Massage parlor.
I was gonna say he's at a massage parlor in Florida.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
No, wasn't it? Is it Asian massage parlor? He said an Asian massage parlor.
I don't know the specifics. All I know, it was really creepy. Regardless.
Yeah.
Dude, bro. Robert Kraft is sauce.
Bro. Yeah.
Robert Kraft is sauce. That's all I gotta say.
Did you see George Kittle? Bro.
I love George Kittle. I love
George Kittle.
My name's Alex.
Okay, we're heading the stream. Yo, last remarks. What the fuck are your last remarks? We're running the stream. I'm done with this shit. I want to go to bed. I want to go. I'm out. I'm about to meet you, mate. Please. All right,
stay healthy. Be good. Enjoy the off season.
Be good. Stay healthy. Be good.
Go watch baseball once the season starts. Don't watch spring training because it's like NFL preseason.
F1 starts on Sunday. F1 starts on Sunday. Oh, sorry. May any final remarks that aren't weird?
A weird remark. Specifically a weird remark.
What the fuck is?
Like dead ass. Like I want a specific weird remark on record.
Oh, big cock, bro.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, I know. Alex is on the floor. I had to give it one more for effect, you know.
Dad, we like George Kittle, shoddy, in Alex's voice.
What the fuck is going on? I want to die. All right.
He asked for normal, so I gave him the opposite.
This is not normal.
Can blame me.
All right, fuck the Cowboys. Go Mercedes.